Hi everybody, it's Mike, part-time reselling in the Pittsburgh area, and time for What Sold This Week for July 2nd, 2024. Some interesting things happened this week. Not really interesting, but different. Anyway, usual disclaimers, notes over here, so I'll be looking over here a bunch of times. These are the things that sold. Doesn't mean that everything I buy magically resells for tons of money like some other videos might lead you to believe. I currently have 158 items on eBay. That's 158 things that were given to me or that I bought that have not sold, so I made zero profit on that. Stick around till the end. I'll show you the totals, including the profit after the fees and the shipping. And if there's, check out my stuff I got on eBay. There's a link in the description. All right, first off, this Johnny Lightning Monopoly car. I got this at a local online auction. I got three of them in one lot, and as soon as I bid on them, I knew I made a mistake. These don't go for a lot. I don't know why, and it was the only thing I won, so I had to travel to go get these, and it just wasn't worth it. The cost came down to $3.87, sold for $5.87. My profit, $1.47. So at least I made a profit, but it wasn't worth it considering the amount of time I had to go and pick it up and things like that. So lesson learned there. I just think I got caught up in the auction stuff and just had to win something. I don't know. Anyway. This next one, Monopoly, 8 wood pieces from, I believe, 1936. I bought an old Monopoly game at a church rummage sale. Again, another one that I shouldn't have bought because I didn't have any hotels, didn't have any houses. The property cards, they all had a crease in them. But it did have these wooden pieces, and I ended up trying to part out some of it to try to get my money back, and I was successful. Well, I'll explain in a second. Figured out that it cost $1.50 and they sold for $12.45. So my profit for now is $9.02. I say for now because the person who bought these emailed me last night, and she said tracking said that it got delivered today and I didn't get it. So I'm like, oh, come on. First of all, what can I do? When that situation comes up, you do have to do some customer service and try to help them out, even though it's a post office issue. So I will suggest some tips about how you can find out what happened to it and see if she'll follow through. But I did email her this morning and said, well, let's wait one day, see what happens today, because I know sometimes they get scanned and they really aren't delivered the day it got scanned. So hopefully it'll show up today and everything will turn out. But we'll see what happens with that one. This Radio Shack adapter. This is one of the things that I got at that house that the guy was going to throw out everything. And he let me go through it. Video in the corner. If you don't remember what I'm talking about, put this down as a cost of $1, and it sold for $9.56. My profit there was $9.58. One of those weird ones because the shipping discount. So the profit turns out to be more than it was listed for. Next up, this Dirt Devil spot scrubber inlet tube assembly. This I got that Dirt Devil, what model was it? SE2850 years ago. Decided to try to part it out rather than sell it, and it's been slow, but this is the second piece that sold. After figuring out the cost of the scrubber and how many parts I pulled out of it, came down to a cost of 48 cents. Sold for $4.16. My profit there, $3.40. So I had made my money back on that. So that is good. This next one is interesting. This Lexibook Compact Cyber Arcade, 250 games in one little handheld thingy. This was another one from that house where the guy said I can go through it. And it was an international sale. I like those international sales. Again, look into it if you sell on eBay. Just for if you live in the U.S., somebody buys it from international. All you have to do is ship it to a U.S. address. eBay handles everything else, including returns. So once it leaves your hands and gets to eBay, you are done with it. So I do like my international sales. I went to Greece, by the way. I think that's the first thing I sold to Greece. That's kind of interesting. Put it down as the cost of $1, sold for $5.89. My profit $4.13. This next one, these are all, as you can tell, small sales this week, but this one was decent. This Vatican Polonaise collection, these 3 glass ornaments. These came from my friend in Cleveland. It's been over 2 years now since we went up there, me and my girlfriend, to Cleveland to pick up a bunch of stuff that he said, if you want it, come and get it. I don't want anything for it. We'd rather somebody take it that want it rather than just throw it out or take it to a thrift store. And I've pretty much gone through everything. But every once in a while, something pops up that sells that I got from there. This, by the way, was listed for 589 days before it sold, and I kept it up there because it's it's a Christmas thing, and I probably would have lowered the price as it got closer to Christmas. I would have tried to leave it at the same price as we get into the season of Christmas shopping, but then probably would have lowered it the more we got into Christmas to try to sell it while people are still interested in Christmas stuff. But this person decided to buy it in July. Cost was $0 because it was given to me. It sold for $41.56. My profit there, $38.73. All right, so that's it. What's that? 6 items or so. I'm not hopeful about the electronics I got from the house that the guy let me go through. I went through a DVD recorder, DVD VCR combo, a DVD recorder. I went tested that yesterday. This is one of the things that I bought at the actual estate sale. He had an estate sale, and then I overheard him say, "We're just going to throw out a bunch of stuff." And I was like, "Can I go through it?" Long story short, that's how it happened. But this is one of the things I actually bought at the estate sale, and I tested it yesterday, and it eats tapes. I tested one tape, and it started to eat it, so I had to open it up and take it out, and tried another tape, and it tried to play it, and then it just stopped. So I know, I looked up on YouTube, you can try to fix it. From what I can gather, though, the VCR DVD combos, they're kind of a pain to work on because they're roughly the same size as a DVD or a VCR player, but there's a lot more stuffed in there, so it's kind of hard to get to some parts. You pretty much have to rip everything out to get to the parts. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just going to try to sell it for parts or halfway working. eBay needs a category for it. Sort of works. So anyway, so I got a lot of electronics from the house, and I'm hoping that this is just the rare one that actually doesn't work and actually gets stuck with electronics that don't work. So we'll have to test some more and see how that goes. But that is it. Those things, they cost me a total of $7.85. They sold for a total of $79.49. My profit after the fees and the shipping and all that, $66.33. That is it. Thank you for watching. Always appreciate it. If you can like and subscribe and all that fun stuff, that would be terrific. And I will talk to you later. Bye.